Sometimes life feels like a long chain of destinations, targets, goals, benchmarks, one after another. Take a moment to notice how often the mind quietly whispers, "I'll be happy when I reach there." In this reflection, we will gently explore a different way of moving through life, not by rejecting goals, but by questioning where we place happiness along the way. Many of us grow up with an unspoken formula. First achieve, then be happy. A promotion, a grade, a house, a relationship. Happiness gets placed somewhere in the future, at a point called success. Goals themselves are not the problem. Direction gives life structure and movement. Without aims, life can feel passive, like wandering without a map. The strain begins when the mind adds a condition. I will be happy only when I reach this goal. From that moment, happiness shifts from being an inner state to being a distant reward. Psychology has a language for this. When happiness is tied mainly to outer markers, money, status, image, it resembles what researchers call extrinsic goals. Studies in self-determination theory show that people who chase mostly extrinsic goals often report lower well-being than those who value inner growth, relationships, and meaning. Not because success is wrong, but because the emotional center of gravity sits outside the self. Imagine setting a clear professional target for 2 years from now. You know the position you want, the milestones you need to cross. Alongside that plan, imagine repeating inside, "When I reach that position, then I will be happy." As the months pass, delays appear. Some people are not cooperative. Situations refuse to follow the script in your mind. When happiness is believed to be at the destination, every delay feels heavier. A colleague is no longer just another person. They can start to feel like an obstacle to your peace. Under this belief, it becomes easier to shout, to manipulate, or to quietly bend your own values, just this once to move faster. Outside, the journey continues. Inside, irritation, stress, and anxiety quietly accumulate. Research on stress shows that chronic pressure without an inner sense of stability reduces our capacity to think clearly, regulate emotions, and persist in healthy ways. Stress narrows our mental focus toward threat and survival, making it harder to see possibilities or respond with wisdom. Now imagine that after all this, you finally reach the goal. The promotion arrives. The exam is cleared. The project is completed. There is a moment of relief, maybe joy. But pause and notice the trail behind you. Months or years filled with tension, conflicts, sleepless thoughts, and perhaps a body that feels more exhausted than before. The happiness at the destination is real, but often brief. Soon the mind marks out the next landmark, a new title, a bigger project, another there. The pattern continues. Achieve, then achieve more, then achieve again, and happiness stays slightly ahead, just out of reach. Over time, each cycle leaves the inner self a little more tired. The same people and challenges are faced with less emotional strength. Small triggers feel bigger. Reactions become quicker. Physically, the body reflects this through fatigue and stress symptoms. When stress becomes constant, many people begin to see it as normal life, even though it quietly shapes mood, health, and relationships. You might be wondering now, if I don't worry, how will I perform? If I'm not restless, won't I become lazy or careless? Consider someone searching for a job. For 6 months they apply, interview, and keep hearing no. The natural response may be, how can I not be worried? But another question can sit beside it. By worrying, do I actually increase my chances of getting this job? Worry drains energy. It lowers enthusiasm, tightens body language, and shrinks creativity. Yet hiring managers tend to look for something very different: grounded confidence, openness, and readiness to grow. When the inner state is heavy and defeated, it becomes harder to show up as that person in the room. The outer situation, the job search, remains the same. But the inner candidate walking into each interview is different. Psychology also tells us that our perception of control matters. People who feel even a modest sense of inner control, I can choose how I respond here, often cope better with stress than those who feel completely helpless. It is not about controlling everything, but about recognizing the space you still have to choose your thoughts and actions. The same principle applies to someone running a struggling business. Worry may feel like responsibility, but if all of the mind's energy is consumed by fear, less remains for calm decisions and creative solutions. To do well outside, some degree of wellness is needed inside. Even if external results take time to shift, caring for your inner state prevents further harm to yourself. There is a story of a man carrying 2 heavy burdens: a long legal case and a seriously ill wife. For many years, his days were filled with worry about the judgment, about her health, about what might happen next. Eventually, the case was resolved in his favor. His wife recovered, but his own body, worn down by years of inattention, fell seriously ill, and he passed away. The outer problems finally changed, but the inner system had been ignored for too long. This brings us to a quiet question: what are my true responsibilities? Ask most people, and they will answer: my family, my home, my work, my friends, my community, my country. Rarely does someone say, my own inner state. Imagine a family of 5 where 4 members are physically sick. One person is healthy and takes care of the others. That care is possible only because one body is still functioning well. Now shift this image from physical to emotional health. If I am emotionally exhausted, constantly sad or anxious, yet trying to carry everyone else's happiness on my shoulders, something important is missing. Many parents, for example, want their children to succeed, to get good marks, excel in activities, build stable careers, believing this will make the children happy. And when everyone around them is finally happy, they expect to feel peaceful as well. But the inner movement runs the other way. When I am relatively stable within myself, my presence becomes a quiet support for those around me. From that place, I can correct, guide, and challenge without adding fear or shame. You might be wondering, How is happiness related to strength? Is it realistic to be happy when things are not going well? Here, happiness does not mean excitement or constant positivity. It points to a steadier, clearer state of mind. At any moment, there is only one active thought. That thought can be of a constructive quality, calm, kind, grounded, or of a disturbed quality, fearful, resentful, anxious. When the thought is of a healthier quality, the inner feeling is lighter and more stable. This stability itself is a kind of strength. When the thought is heavy and distorted, the inner feeling becomes shaky. This is a form of weakness, regardless of outer success. A person who stays steady inside, even while life changes around them, is often seen as strong, rooted, reliable. Their strength comes not from loud confidence, but from continuity of clear thinking and emotional regulation. Positive psychology describes something similar. When we experience even small moments of genuine positive emotion, not fake cheerfulness, but simple ease, interest, gratitude, our mind tends to broaden. We see more options, connect better with others, and gradually build inner resources over time. In this way, happiness is not only the result of success, it can also be a quiet precondition for it. Consider again the parent and child. A parent wants the child to do well in exams, yet no child can meet expectations every time. On the day the marks are lower than hoped, the parent may feel hurt or angry. This seems normal, but the child is already vulnerable. When the parent's disappointment is expressed through harsh words or tone, the child may absorb a deeper message. I am a failure. I make my parents unhappy. Instead of learning from the experience, the child's self-esteem is quietly reduced. Motivation turns into fear of not being enough. In painful situations, some children who struggle with results feel unable to face their parents at all. It is not only the failure that weighs on them, but the sense that they are the cause of their parents' suffering. So what might responsibility look like in that moment? First, the parent cares for their own inner state, allowing the initial reaction to soften, so that the next words are chosen, not just spilled. Second, the parent attends to the child's feelings, offering understanding rather than only blame. Third, together they look at how to study differently next time. The outer work improving performance still happens, and it is not built on top of a wounded inner foundation. Each human life rests on several dimensions: physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. Physical health, mental skills, emotional balance, and a deeper sense of inner grounding all contribute to a life that feels whole. Often, the outer dimensions receive the most attention. We invest in food, schooling, careers, and social opportunities. The inner dimension, how a person is actually feeling, can remain almost unseen. When pressure, comparison, and criticism are used as the main tools, they may produce performance for a while, but they gradually drain emotional strength. Someone may grow into a technically brilliant professional, yet struggle to handle criticism, failure, or difficult people. Quick irritation, fragile relationships, and a lack of empathy are often signs of this imbalance. Many adults were never shown how to care for their inner world. They were taught how to speak, write, and behave, but not how to meet their own thoughts and emotions. Now, understanding from psychology and inner work is converging. Well-being is not just about what we achieve, but about the state of mind with which we move through life. Behind all of this is a gentle shift, from seeing happiness as a distant reward, to seeing it as a state we can begin cultivating while we are still on the journey. Goals remain. Effort continues. But happiness is no longer postponed to the final moment. When inner stability is valued alongside outer success, each step becomes part of a lived experience, rather than just a waiting room for future joy. You might be wondering how this looks in everyday life. It may begin with small noticing. How you feel while you work. How you think about yourself when plans change. How you respond to others when things are delayed. In these ordinary spaces, the belief happiness is only at the destination can slowly be questioned. If it feels comfortable, gently close your eyes now, or soften your gaze on one point in front of you. Let your body find a steady, easy position. Allow your shoulders to drop a little, your jaw to soften, your hands to rest where they feel supported. Take a slow breath in through the nose, and a relaxed breath out. One more gentle breath in, and out, letting the breath find its own natural rhythm. Now bring to mind one goal you're working toward in your life. Work, study, health, or relationships, just one. Notice how your body responds as you think of this goal. Any tightness in the chest or stomach? Any pressure around the head or throat? Simply notice, without judging. Quietly place this thought in your mind. Happiness is not only at the destination. As you breathe in, allow your body to receive this idea. As you breathe out, let a little of the tension around when and how soften. For a few breaths, shift attention from the outcome of the goal to the way you are traveling toward it. If you notice self-criticism or pressure, gently acknowledge it, as if listening to a younger part of you that is trying very hard not to fail. Offer a softer thought. I can move toward this goal and still choose moments of calm on the way. Breathe in and feel how that possibility lands in your body. Breathe out and allow a little more space around the goal. Imagine now that happiness is not a finish line in front of you, but a small light in your chest, something you can nurture even now with kinder thoughts, and a single conscious breath. Each inhale, notice the light. Each exhale, let a little tension melt. If the mind wanders, just notice and gently return to the breath and to this quiet sentence. I am allowed to be a little at peace, even while I am still on the way. When you are ready, let your breath deepen slightly. Feel the contact of your body with the chair or the ground. Notice any sounds in the room. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes, and when it feels right, slowly open your eyes. Let the transition be unhurried. Remember that at any moment, between tasks and toward your goals, you can pause for a few breaths and return to this more stable inner place. As we come to a close, you might like to picture your own life as a journey with many milestones. Some goals are near, some are far, and some have already been crossed. Notice where your mind tends to place happiness in this picture. Is it always somewhere ahead of you? Or is there room for it to exist here, in the way you walk, relate, and respond, step by step? If this reflection has supported you, you are warmly invited to stay connected with Within Stillness Space. You can subscribe if you'd like more quiet explorations like this, or share this video with someone who may be living under constant pressure. You are welcome to return to this meditation whenever you need to reset your inner state, while still moving toward your goals. For now, there is nothing to fix, just a gentle, ongoing question to carry with you. Can happiness be part of the journey itself, not only something waiting at the end?